Making plays, open J's, and open run. If we talking about breaks and shooters spinning lanes, all my dogs is down for war. You can tell how they train. Coaches coach and players play, but they learn from each other. If the roles reverse, this Jason Kidd, we assist one another. Making strides for a ship in the regular season, lacing up these nights, a band of brothers turning this, 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 turning this.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Coaches Show for the coaches by the coaches. Today we have a special guest, good friend of all of ours, Bryan Wilson, assistant men's basketball coach at the Bowie State University. Coach, what's going on, Coach? How you doing?
Not much, man. How's everything?
Everybody good. You know, the times is now when we missing basketball, missing each other, missing our kids, and I'm not sure the same is for you. You know, just trying to have something to do and at the same time get an audience something that they want to hear.
Yeah, it's definitely these trying times. Hope everybody's staying safe.
Absolutely, and wash your hands and don't touch your face.
Right.
Absolutely. My wife told me that every hour, I think. All right, so we're gonna keep it going right on for the drive versus board panel. They already prepared their pregame speech, and now it's time for the questions. And these are the questions that we think that the people should know. All right, for our first coach is Coach John Kamara.
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good. So I'll go ahead and get started. So most of our questions, we want to ask a question, Q&A fashion. We're going to go down the list. It should take about at least like 5 minutes to answer each question. If it's shorter, we're just going to move along. If it's anything extended, we'll just elaborate a little bit more. But I first want to start off by just saying I commend you. You're doing an excellent job at Bowie State. You're keeping the visibility high. You're always around the gym. You're recruiting all our kids, and you're just doing an excellent job. So my first question is, what's been the best part about being an assistant coach at Bowie State and coaching alongside Coach Brooks?
I think the best part is just, being around the kids, the student athletes, helping them, grow into the men that they're going to be. They come in from high school, some are JUCO, some are transfers, but when they get to us, we kind of mold them, teach them life lessons, off the court as well as, lessons on the court as well. But, being with Coach Brooks is a great coach. Coached with him for, I think, 6 years now. I played for him for 4 years. I went to Bowie State as well. Coach Brooks, he's a great guy, definitely a father figure in a lot of our guys' lives. He's a father figure in my life when I was at school. Great man, great mentor. Definitely learn from him every day.
Right, definitely. I appreciate that. So we're just gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna go to Coach Tobias Jennifer, head coach at Huntington High School.
What's up, Coach?
Tobias, what's going on?
What's up, boss man? How you been?
Can't complain. Just trying to catch up with my shows.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. We're in these group chats. We talk a lot of trash, but it's that family feel, and it's definitely good to have you on here. One of my good friends. We hoop together, so definitely got to get that going again.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got a series of questions for you, because I'm fairly new to the coaching world. I've been doing it. I just finished my third full season as the head coach. I was assistant for 2 years at Huntington. So I feel like I know a good amount about the college world and how it works, but it's never a bad thing to get someone who's in that field right now, their perspective and their intake. So I'm gonna start with the first question. At the Division II level, I know you guys offer scholarships. I had a kid getting recruited this year by some D2s and mainly D3s, but he had a couple D2s on his radar. And, the first thing that he was curious about was the scholarships and how all of those worked. When you're talking about scholarships at the Division II level and just talking about, Bowie State right now, how often are the scholarships? Are they for 1 year? Are they for 4 years? How do you guys work those?
Well, scholarship wise, I know every level is different, Division I, Division II, Division III. Division II is even different from league to league, from team to team. So for us at our level, at Bowie State, right now we have 6 full scholarships. So what we do as a staff, we kind of divvy that up, manage it. Certain guys may get a certain amount, basically a bunch of partials. We use some people's financial aid, their grants, a lot of scholarships. You can get academic money. But for us at Bowie State, we have 6 full. So a lot of times coaches, ask why we don't get guys, why we don't, some guys we missed on, but so many players in the area, so much talent. We can't take everybody. We only have 15 spots. Absolutely. And six full scholarships. And giving that out, we can't get, every single player, we only got a limited amount of spots. From our league, some schools are private, some are public. Private schools, it's a fixed cost on tuition. For public schools, where us, or state, not public, state schools, for us, we have in-state tuitions, out-of-state tuition. So that costs a lot more to get an out-of-state guy than an in-state guy. So that's mainly why we try to stay in-state in DC. Other scholarship, well, I mean, really, when we go out recruiting, we look at talent, we look at, can the guy play, all that stuff, a good person. We also look at their GPA. Are they available for academic money? Will they get in the honors program? So all those things play a factor, and it's not just on the court stuff, but off the court as well.
Absolutely, man. That's great, man. I appreciate you clearing that up, because when those questions were coming up about should you go to this division, that division, this school, that school, the question was how did they divvy those up, and how did they give out scholarships? Because that's a good thing to know. Now, when you're talking about the renewal of the scholarship, because you only have 6, we're talking about Bowie State here, how are those renewed? Or those are just renewed mainly, and I know you said a little bit about academics, but mainly off performance?
Not really performance, it's off the court stuff as well. Grades, are they, following team rules? It's year to year, definitely. It's not a 4-year scholarship like it used to be.
Yeah.
It's definitely year to year. So, if you're not having a good year, you're not mess up the classroom off the court, we can make that decision not to bring a guy back off those reasons.
Okay, nice. That's good to know. Now, do you guys have a red shirt policy, and if so, what is that?
It's not really a policy, but we do redshirt some guys who think may not be quite ready yet, to contribute, or guys that maybe contribute, but not, to the level where they're going to play a lot of minutes. So we don't want to waste a year on a guy that's going to play, 2 or 3 minutes a game. We feel like it's a waste a year. If we see potential in a kid, we don't want to waste that year, giving a scrap minute. So that we definitely redshirt. We had a guy redshirt this year, Miles Anderson from Riverdale Baptist. I think he'll play a big part this next year. The year before that, we had David McCullough, who redshirted. He had a decent year this year, but we look for big things from him next year. We have probably a few guys that redshirt. David Bell, he was a 5th-year player for us this year. He redshirted his first year. I think that helped him tremendously. He was our second leading scorer this year. Nice. Scored 1,000 points. So it's not a bad thing to redshirt. Some kids look at that as I'm not good enough, I'm not going to play. But as coaches redshirt you, that's like a compliment that says, in the future I'm going to be something good. I just need a year, to get in the weight room, learn the college game, the speed of the game, getting my schoolwork done, because not everybody can adjust to the college atmosphere, the classroom, and the demands of a college program. So that year kind of helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I can tell you firsthand. When I first got into a college campus, it was an eye-opening experience, academically, physically, every aspect of it. So I can definitely attest to that. Thank you. I got a couple more questions. I don't want to ask too many, but these are definitely ones that were worried about. Now, do you guys hold tryouts?
Yes, we do hold tryouts, for people that's on campus. A lot of times we don't bring a lot of guys in from tryouts. It's based on need. So how recruiting goes, if we have an extra spot, we need an extra guy for practice, we'll hold tryouts to see what's out there. And sometimes we hold just to see, if we miss anything. Like some guy in school that we weren't, expecting to be at the school, and he can play and he can help us, we'll definitely bring him on. I think the last guy we brought in for tryouts, we brought a kid in. He went to Laurel High School, George. He's a practice player. He didn't play any games, but he just practiced with us. Other than that, the last guy we brought in for a tryout that played in the game is probably 2011. A guy named Cameron Crump. He actually played with me. He actually saw some minutes, but we coaches saw him at a tryout. He had a good tryout. Worked hard. Came to practice, worked hard. And he got some minutes in the game as well.
Nice. Definitely hard work pays off. And then one of my last questions for you, do you guys have any type of walk-on policy? And I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with the trials, but you guys have like preferred walk-ons.
Right. And that goes down to recruiting as well. We bring a guy, like I said, with our budget, our scholarships. If we don't have enough scholarships to bring a guy in, we can tell him, this first year, you can consider a walk on, but depending on how you perform, on the court, in the classroom, there could be opportunities, to get a scholarship the following year. So that's kind of what you said, like a preferred walk on.
Okay, nice. Well, I appreciate it, coaches. It's always a pleasure talking to you, hearing from you, and we're gonna just keep this transition right over to Coach Bill Maynard from Southern.
Be well. Will,
what's going on?
Nothing much. How's everything going?
Sir.
Good to talk to you, man. It's good to talk. I mean, I talk to you every day anyway, but
Cool.
Just want to thank you for just all being a good resource for me and always looking out for us high school coaches. Really appreciate that. I know I nag you about how you do this and who that, but I appreciate that, man. It really helped me in my program. My question to you.
No doubt.
So my question to you is, how do you feel about the perception that D2 schools prefer D1 drop downs over a high school kid?
I wouldn't say, I guess it's a perception, you hear that, but I mean, if you get a D1 drop down, you're getting the guy with experience, a college experience, he's a little more seasoned than a high school guy. But at the same time, depending on what year, how many years he played at Division I, sometimes it's better to go the high school route because you get more. You get them for 4 years, whereas a D1 drop down, you might only have them 1 year. So it's kind of an investment, to get a high school guy than a D1 drop down. And a lot of times that D1 drop down, he's dropping down, he's not playing a lot, or he may have gotten in trouble. It's always a story. So sometimes those problems aren't worth the headache. And those high school guys, in the long run, we get a better fit for our program.
Yeah, and I'm noticing too. It seems like more Division IIs are recruiting JUCOs as well. So would you tend to believe that Division II is, the stereotype people say that Division IIs are full of older guys? You agree with that?
There are a lot of older guys from league to league. It varies from team to team. It varies. Some guys only take high school guys. Some programs aren't allowed to take JUCO guys. Whereas us, we can take high school guys. We take JUCOs. We take, Division I transfers. We also take Division III transfers. We had Cam Hayes. He went to Division III school. He transferred up to us. We have 3 years. Julian Livingston, he was at Goucher, I believe. He came to us. So, we look at all levels, JUCOs, Division III, Division Is, and also high school guys as well.
Yeah. I appreciate you answering that question. We now transition to Chuck Henry of Fairmont Heights. Thank you, B.
All right.
Coach, what's going on, man?
Coach Chuck, what's going on? How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Can't complain.
Good. All right, so I got a tough question for you right here. And this is for, people who maybe just don't understand the HBCU route versus maybe a PWI route or things like that. So I'm really just going to kind of jump right into it. How do you feel about the perception that, for a parent, they might not be a fan of, like, say, HBCUs in general. versus a PWI, what would be your message to them to have them select a Bowie State versus another school that, let's say, for instance, a school that might be generally ranked in the top 25 in Division II? How would you try to persuade that parent to pick Bowie State versus the other school?
I believe, I graduated from Bowie State, so I went to HBCU. Coach Brooks, he graduated from Bowie State as well, HBCU. So we're kind of like walking billboards. You're going to get a good education. You're going to be molded by the faculty, the staff, and just the campus community. And you're going to have a great time. It's a great environment. Teachers are more family oriented. I haven't been to a PWI, so I couldn't speak on how their environment is. But I remember my first day on campus when I was playing, I was a recruit. And a random, I was walking through the CLT buildings, science building. I wasn't majoring in science. I wasn't, thinking about it. But the science teacher came up to me, talked to me like we were best buds. So this is just the family environment on the HBCU campus. Like I said, me and Coach Brooks, we were like walking, billboards and saying like you can do things out of HBCU.
Gotcha. All right, so I got a follow up for you. So I went to a PWI myself, and I was actually recruited to go to Bowie State as well. So when it came down to it, it came down to Bowie State, Virginia State, and Barton, where I ended up graduating from. And while I was there, we were, traditional program that's, been in the rankings. Traditionally, since my head coach has been there, he's been there like 22 years now. So my experience walking on campus was very different from, say, for instance, my brothers who went to HBCUs as well at the Division I level. I noticed the things that he encountered in terms of administration versus what I encountered in terms of administration. So I guess my question is, and just again, you said the experience is different. So like, I guess my follow-up question would be, let's say, for instance, when I recently, obviously I coach at the high school level. I had recently went through this process with some of my young men of teaching them, like, for instance, the average salaries of kids who graduate from HBCUs versus PWIs. And when I was going through this, I showed them that the average salary at a PWI was much higher than this HBCU, and they were very congruent in regards to basketball. Like, how would you try to persuade that young man to come to an HBCU versus going to that PWI, where potentially he could make more money his first year out of school, and his debt to income ratio could be a lot lower because he has less student loans?
Right. Great question. I would say, each person is different. That's just the median salary that you might get. If you want to go above and beyond, you have to be involved on campus. You have to do a lot more things. It's more of a grind to, get these resources out of college. Whereas people see a PWI, they might be historically, putting more students out, getting into a different avenue. HBCUs may not have that, as you said. It's just the grind. You have to grind a little harder. At Bowie, there's a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship programs. There's a lot of programs you have to get involved. You can't just sit in your room and things can be handed to you.
Okay. No, I appreciate your answer for that, Coach. All right, so next up is Coach Terrell Willis, assistant coach from Howard Community College. Coach, again, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Look forward to having you back on the show again.
Appreciate it.
Coach, what up, man?
Coach, what's going on? How are you?
Good. How's everything going with you?
Can't complain.
I'm going to go ahead, man. Me being an assistant coach at the junior college level and understanding that it comes with a lot of responsibility and duties, can you give us a walkthrough of your day as an assistant at the D2 level when it comes to game day, practice, off season, all that type of stuff? Give us a day in your life.
Okay. Like you said, it varies on off season and season. So the off season at our program, we start 6 in the morning. Depending on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depends if we're doing weights or conditioning. From that 6 a.m., we'll go through echoing. We'll go through individual workouts or group workouts. So we'll have a group of 4 point guards, wings, a group of bigs throughout the day. So Tuesday, 6 a.m., we'll do conditioning. 8 a.m. might be a point guard group. 12 might be a wing group. And throughout, in between those times, you know, I'm just doing little paperwork things, just getting ready for the year, maybe booking hotels, booking the bus, just trying to get ready for the upcoming year. Let's see, after 12, you know, you gotta get your lunch, you gotta eat. We'll have open gym around 4. After open gym, we'll have study hall like at 6. You know, it's a grind, especially during preseason, because that's every day, Monday through Friday. And then definitely got to get out recruit after that. So depending if it's my study hall day or not, I may have to go out recruit, go to a junior college or high school to see the workouts. You know, it's an everyday grind. That's on during the preseason. During the season, it's not as extensive. We're gonna lift 2 days a week. So in the morning it might be a 7 a.m. lift. You know, just preparing for that game that week, watching film, doing my scouting report, just making sure everything's in line. If we want to go on the road, get the itinerary together. So I mean, it's a lot that goes into it.
Okay. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna pass it on to Coach Des Wade, the head coach of Blake High School.
Coach B.
Coach, what's going on, Coach?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Can't complain, man. Happy to be here.
Man, first gonna start out by saying, man, I know it might sound crazy, but I'm proud of you, man. Kind of coming from the same neighborhood, same place, a lot of battles growing up, man. I'm really proud of what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I look at all you guys, you know, role models, mentors, because, you know, you guys have your own programs. That's where I want to be one day, to see you guys grind at the high school level. It's definitely refreshing seeing you guys as well.
Yeah. So how has your off season been affected due to the virus?
Man, it's been affected, you know, big time. Because before, I think maybe the 13th of March, when Rudy came down with it, everything kind of shut down. You know, that following week was supposed to be our spring break week. After that, we're going to bring our guys back and start our postseason workouts. You know, we're going to start our lifting, our individual workouts, you know, our open gyms. So that affected our team, you know, pretty hard, because we're not getting that time. We're not getting that 6 weeks to, you know, grind and work on our bodies. You know, it's tough for them being in school as well, because, you know, they're doing that virtual learning. Not everybody, you know, adapts well to that. So that affects our program big time. And as far as recruiting, you know, we normally bring in guys, you know, for visits on campus, see them play in the open gym. So we're not getting to do that. So it's hard to, you know, go off highlight tapes and film. You want to see the guys live. You know, granted, we see guys live during the year, but it's kind of different seeing them go against, you know, our guys in the open gym.
Yeah, so for sure. So what you saying all that, like, what do you suggest, like, for the players and the coaches during this time period, like the high school coaches?
Definitely stay in contact with, you know, the college coaches, because you don't want to go weeks without, you know, speaking with them, because, you know, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. You know, we're not communicating with you. It's so many kids, like we get filmed every day, all day, every day. You know, nothing but time. So we take time to watch, you know, all the emails, the texts we get. We're just trying to evaluate who could be a good fit for us. So when that time comes where we can bring guys on campus, you know, we'll be ready to decide who exactly we're gonna bring on campus, who we're really interested in, who may not be a good fit. You know, we try to be honest with, you know, coaches, because we don't want to, you know, string them along and tell them, like, oh yeah, he could be a good fit. And that time comes, you know, we don't want to waste the coach's time, waste the kids' time. So, but I would say definitely stay in contact. Definitely send the film out, because coaches right now, we have nothing but time to watch the film.
Man, definitely appreciate the insight for us as coaches and the players and parents. I'm going to send you over to Coach O from Bladensburg High School.
Hey, what's going on, B? How you doing, Coach?
Coach,
yeah,
pretty good. Hope all's well with you.
All is well. Like everyone is saying, man, I'm really, when I first met you, to see your grind, you're like one of the few coaches that I always see, regardless if we have any talent or not. you always step through the doors and just to chop it up a little bit, not even necessarily recruiting, but just getting out and keeping those relationships present. So I do appreciate you that.
Right. Yeah, I definitely try to stay out because, you guys are good guys. I like to see your programs. Really got players or not, I can learn things from your practices, just seeing how you guys coach during games. Definitely, I'm always willing to learn as well. Just because I'm a college coach doesn't mean, I know it all or, I got all the answers. I'm definitely trying to learn from you guys as well.
Got you. That's why we call it For the Coaches by the Coaches, because and everybody in this panel and the coaches around, we all understand how it is to be a sponge. Always picking up something and learning something. So I do appreciate you for that. So the last question coming up, or it's not even a question, it's a statement I'm about to make. As a freshman going in to Shaw University in 1997 to 1999, I want you to kind of explain to the people the CIAA experience, because not only do you coach in the CIAA, you actually played in it as well. And when I try to explain to people the CIAA tournament, even those things are kind of iffy now with everybody going to more so parties than the actual games than it was in the 90s. Can you kind of explain how it is to coach and to play in the CIAA?
Well, I'll start off with playing. My first year, I was a freshman. I guess it was 2009, 2010 season. We had, I think 7 seniors on that team. So all year they're talking about, CIAA, the tournament, it's going to be crazy. And getting down, I'm like, it's just basketball. It's just a tournament, we're going to play some basketball. I played a lot of tournaments in my life. I'm thinking, it's just basketball. So get down there in Charlotte, it's what they say is crazy. It's traffic getting everywhere. It's so many people, older alumni, current students. It's just a crazy environment. Getting to the games, you have to leave a little bit early because it's traffic getting downtown, It's a crazy environment. And then getting into the arena, seeing those bright lights, you're playing in the NBA arena, it's second to none. You dream about those moments, all your life, playing in front of a packed crowd in NBA arena, it's just an experience you can't really explain until you're actually there. We try to tell people coming in, just when you first get in the game, you're going to be nervous because you're not used to playing in front of those big crowds in the NBA arena. All season you're playing in, your regular college gyms. So it's definitely the bright lights are definitely on. How you handle that is definitely an eye opener. Coaching wise, it's not a big difference. It's just we're trying to get. It's harder for us to prepare the kids to get ready for that environment. I played in this, so I know what to expect. I try to tell them and get them mentally prepared for the games and the environment. We got curfews because we don't want them going out partying with the the general public because it's a lot of temptation. It's a lot going on. It's crazy. So coaching wise, during those games, everybody's prepared. Sometimes it's your third time playing against a team in the conference tournament. So everybody knows what you're going to do. You got to just, do what you do best and, execute.
Definitely. Really appreciate you with that, man. That was really good insight because, like you said, as a freshman going and seeing the CIAA for the first time, being that I was in North Carolina and to see the amount of the excitement in not just your particular school, but the excitement in the whole town. The whole city of Charlotte is just buzzing, So definitely appreciate you with that insight, man. And this is going to conclude our coaching show, man. And on behalf of all the coaches, I want to say thank you to you. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get some people that's going to call you, that's going to let you know about this interview that you just did. And it's more so for we was bored. So we had to make sure that we created something that we not only that we can talk to people, that we can also share with other people across the DMV. And, hopefully this will go nationally where people can see what Bowie State Hoops is all about. So we definitely appreciate you. All the coaches, we're going to sign off. So I do appreciate you, Coach.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate all you guys.
Making plays, open J's and the open run. If we talking about breaks and shooters filling lanes, all my dogs is down for war. You can tell how they train. Coaches coach and players play, but they learn from each other. If the roles are reversed, they should get, we assist one another. Making strides for a ship in the regular season. Lacing up these nights, a band of brothers turn into some demons. Through the season, spring to fall, we gon' see who was working. When the winner hit the surface, gon' see who deserve it. Left competition in the dust, now the opposite deserted. Only lions in my circle, we hungry for purpose. Nothing's given on these stripes, you can see that I earned them. Can't fuck the system, take the knowledge and study and learn it. We as strong as the weakest, 1 through 12 is equal. Tried to trap me, saw him now, you know I had to thread the needle. You know I had to thread the needle, try erase and draw it up, just trying to see my youngins eating. Yeah, you know I had to thread the needle, try erase and draw it up, just trying to see my youngins eating.